Oh, namaste and welcome.
Namaste y bienvenidos, amados poderosos compañeros.
Oh my gosh, so much love.
Mucho amor.
Just reading, you'll see, at least the experience here is just thinking about, okay, Jesus, we're talking about the undoing of fear.
Y solo hablar del tema del deshacimiento del miedo que hemos venido hablando aquí.
And then you're just happy.
Simplemente
Because
luego eres feliz.
you start to see fear for what it is. It's anything other than infinite happiness is fear.
Porque te das cuenta que cualquier otra cosa que no sea infinita felicidad es miedo.
It's time to say no.
Es tiempo de decir no.
That's the whole thing, is the power to say no.
Es el poder de decir no, simplemente decir no.
So that's just the question. Jesus, am I willing to say no to the ego?
Y entonces esa es la pregunta. Jesús, ¿estoy dispuesto a decirle no al ego?
That's the biggest challenge, is being willing to say no, and that the ego offers nothing that you want. Nothing.
Y ese es el gran reto de decirle no al ego, darnos cuenta que nada de lo que nos ofrece el ego lo queremos.
But as long as you believe that it offers you something, that's fear. Actually, it's keeping fear alive in the mind.
Pero desde el momento que tú crees que el ego te puede ofrecer algo, es es querer mantener el miedo en tu mente.
Every time we don't follow the spirit,
Cada vez que no seguimos al Espíritu,
every time we don't say yes to the Holy Spirit and follow, we're going, I prefer fear, no problem.
cada vez que no lo seguimos, decimos, prefiero el miedo y no hay problema.
There's only two. Jesus says, love and fear, that's it. Two things happening.
Y Jesús dice, hay dos cosas, solo amor y miedo. Hay dos cosas que están pasando.
Every twitch,
Cada molestia,
every single one is fear, desire to experience fear.
cualquier molestia es el deseo de una experiencia de miedo.
It's not natural. You're not a twitch machine.
Y eso no es natural porque tú no eres una máquina de twitches, de molestias.
The undoing of fear.
El deshacimiento del miedo.
Joining.
Unirse.
Okay, I sent these quotes out. Let's see, it's chapter 28, The Undoing of Fear.
Está hablando del capítulo 20, donde habla del deshacimiento del miedo.
The agreement to join. Listen to that, the agreement to join.
El acuerdo de unirse.
See, because we're decided that we're not going to join. I'm going to be my little separate self out here somewhere.
Y decimos, no, no me quiero unir porque yo quiero ser separado por ahí.
So here's the book. Here's the Course in Miracles in a nutshell.
Miren ahí el curso. Que nos
Reader's
muestra.
Digest.
¿Pardon?
The Reader's Digest. It's a little magazine in the United States called Reader's Digest.
Es un magazine, es una revista que en Estados Unidos que habla de la digestión, de la lectura, algo así.
Okay, and it's just giving you the shorthand version of A Course in Miracles.
Y así te da una pequeña versión del curso de milagros, un pequeño resumen.
I don't want to see that I'm already joined with you, God.
No quiero ver que ya estoy unido contigo, Dios.
That's all it is.
Eso es todo lo que es.
We were talking about that today. Maybe Mary will share. She's been having some real deep conversations with Jesus.
Y quizá Mary más tarde comparta, porque ella ha estado teniendo unas profundas conversaciones con Jesús.
This is essential to the Course in Miracles, to have these straight talking Jesus conversations.
Esto es esencial para el curso de milagros, tener esta conversación directa con Jesús.
Straight talking Jesus, you really want that.
Una conversación directa con Jesús, y eso es lo que tú quieres.
Because he's the way out of the delusionary idea of fear.
Porque Él es el camino de la ilusión del miedo.
He can't take fear. Everyone, I'm going to give my fear to Jesus.
Y no podemos decir, mira, yo voy a entregarle mi miedo a Jesús.
You have to see that you are the one that is generating the experience.
Tienes que darte cuenta que tú estás generando la experiencia.
Because you like it. Jesus, just ask him.
Porque a ti te gusta, Jesús, solo pregúntele.
Jesus, do I experience fear because I relish the experience of fear? Do I like it?
Jesús experienció miedo porque disfruto el miedo, Jesús.
That is all of consciousness. Fear God.
Eso es todo el juego de la conciencia, tenerle miedo a
Blame,
Dios,
blame it on God.
culpar a Dios,
Have a preference for a little me hell experience.
tener la preferencia de un pequeño yo, una experiencia de un pequeño yo del infierno
And call it heaven.
y llamarla miedo.
That is the hardest transition to make because that's what the ego doesn't want to see.
Y esa es la transición más difícil de hacer porque eso es lo que el ego no quiere ver.
It's not truly difficult because you're already joined with God. God didn't go to tell you, go ahead and go out there and be separate.
Y no es en verdad difícil porque tú ya estás unido con Jesús y con Dios y Él no te dice, mira, ve, anda por ahí separado.
So this is the universal solvent for fear.
Esta es la solución universal para el miedo.
If you're feeling fear,
Si tú estás sintiendo miedo,
numero uno, one, you are desiring the experience.
estás deseando, como el punto número uno es que estás deseando la experiencia.
Two, you have all the power to look under it and ask Jesus, oh, how am I generating that?
Y segundo, tú tienes el poder de decirle a Jesús, Jesús, muéstrame cómo estoy generando eso.
And join quickly in a moment of light.
Y unirse rápidamente en un momento de luz.
No, the ego wants to, it goes into, I am feeling fear. First of all, you don't know what you're feeling. That's why he's saying you cannot interpret.
Y el ego dice, sí, está sintiendo miedo y por eso es que dice que no podemos nosotros interpretar.
Do you think the one that's making up the delusion is going to be the one who can actually know what's happening when it comes to delusion?
Pues justamente el que está haciendo la ilusión, ¿crees que vas a ver exactamente por qué la está haciendo o por qué está el miedo?
That's why we need the true interpreter to say, you're not correct.
Y por eso es que necesitamos al verdadero interpretador que te dice, no estás en lo correcto.
So the response, if you want to get out of and no longer experience fear, is Jesus, show me where I'm wrong.
Y si tú no quieres experimentar más miedo, tienes que preguntar, Jesús, ¿dónde estoy equivocada?
I want to be wrong.
¿Dónde quiero estar equivocada?
Willingness. You see, it always comes back to one thing. It comes back to one thing.
Siempre vuelve a la misma cosa, una cosa, la voluntad.
This is a course in miracles.
Este es un curso de milagros.
And then when you go deep in the mind with Jesus,
y luego cuando tú vas profundo en la mente con Jesús,
he can show you all the places you deny yourself the miracle. You know?
puedes ver todos los lugares donde te estás negando a ti el milagro.
So if fear, when you experience it, and if you think you're experiencing, if it's a twitch, it doesn't matter what it is, it's all fear, and just go, I am interpreting this wrong.
Y cuando estás experimentando miedo, tú tienes que ir y mirar dónde estoy eligiendo incorrectamente.
No, but the ego dives in. It loves to like live inside the experience. It's an experience generator. I want to experience things.
Y el ego quiere experimentar, es una pequeña cosa que quiere experimentar esto.
No, you're infinite light celebrate. It's in holy communion with itself celebrating.
Pero la luz del ser divino está en perfecta comunión, celebrándose a sí misma.
Jesus is going, come join the celebration. No, thank you. I would rather suffer.
Y Jesús dice, ven, únete a la celebración y nosotros no, prefiero sufrir.
But in the dream state, it can't be seen that it's a choice. I'm choosing the experience of suffering. I'm choosing it.
Pero desde el juego de conciencia no nos damos cuenta que estamos eligiendo, que yo estoy eligiendo esa experiencia.
I'm choosing right now to experience fear.
Yo estoy eligiendo en este momento experimentar miedo.
It's always best to go, Jesus, what's this? Something's appearing. What is it?
Es mejor ir a Jesús y decirle, mira, está apareciendo algo, ¿qué es esto?
And do I even need to look at that, Jesus? And sometimes he tells you no, and you're just.
Y le dices, ¿debo mirar esto? Y algunas veces Jesús te dice, no.
Okay, that is none of your business what it is. It's not your business to interpret.
Y no es tu asunto interpretar, ver de qué se trata.
It's our business in the atonement, our role to go to him in a moment of light and go, oh, I'm having an oopsie, show me where I'm wrong.
Entonces, la tarea nuestra es cuando tenemos una molestia, vamos a Jesús y le decimos, tengo un upsi, una molestia, entonces muéstrame dónde estoy equivocado.
It'd be a lot funnier than getting really serious and, oh my God, all this fear. And you can just start to notice how the ego just loves being inside that thing, just loves it, relishes. Ask him.
Y ver cómo el ego disfruta tremendamente estar en esta situación. Pregúntale.
Jesus, is there any place below my level of awareness that thinks fear is a good thing? Ask him.
Pregúntale, Jesús, ¿hay una parte de mi mente subconsciente que cree que el miedo es una buena cosa?
Because the only it gets funny because the only way it can appear is through the desire to experience that.
Porque la única forma como aparece es porque tenemos el deseo de experimentar eso.
The last thing they say, ego is fighting. It doesn't follow and it doesn't listen to Jesus.
Y la última cosa que el ego hace es escuchar y seguir a Jesús.
Because it likes the experience of fear more than it loves God. That's simple.
Porque él prefiere esta experiencia de miedo más del amor de Dios.
Oh my gosh, that interpretive function, it's brutal. It's really brutal.
Esa función interpretativa es realmente brutal.
Come back over here. So I'm going to remind everyone of the dream bubble, okay? The dream bubble.
Entonces voy a recordarles acerca de la burbuja del sueño.
Okay, now I also have this in Spanish. You can get both of this in English and Spanish. Just text us.
Pueden tener esta en inglés o en español. Si la quieren tener, por favor, simplemente nos escriben.
Okay, so right at the top, to say the same thing, first you start with infinite light. Infinite light, right here. La luz infinita.
Comenzamos en la parte blanca con la luz infinita.
Okay? Everything is light. You're bathed in love. You're taking a love bath all day.
Estás en una ducha, en una tina de luz todo el día.
I don't know how many times I must have said to Jesus, but I'm not feeling it, Jesus. I'm just not feeling it.
Y no sé cuántas veces dije, pero Jesús, no la siento, no siento esta tina.
Because there's a desire. See this green band? The green band.
Entonces, si ven esa banda verde,
Okay?
porque la deseamos.
There's a desire to not see light, even though we're part. That's a dream bubble. It's diving in there, going, this looks like a good idea.
Y porque en el deseo em, nos metemos en el deseo y creemos que esto de la burbuja es una gran idea.
So all Jesus is showing you is how you think diving into a dream bubble of delusion is a good idea.
Y le decimos a Jesús cómo meternos en la burbuja del sueño es una gran idea.
Okay? And then the way out is you have to join in a moment of light. See down here at the start with infinite light, come outside of the bubble.
Y entonces la forma es salirnos de la burbuja.
Okay? You want to have this willingness, okay? The willingness to come and look with Jesus outside of where your head is, which is like an ostrich in sand.
Eh, y entonces tenemos que salirnos y mirar con Jesús porque parecemos que estamos metidos con la cabeza en la arena.
But Jesus knows that, like me, I didn't want to I didn't want to have anything to do with Jesus.
Pero decimos, no, yo no quiero nada que ver con Jesús.
It's like Jesus talking to you is not a good idea. That was
Como que hablar con Jesús no es una buena idea.
Thankfully, I didn't know what that voice was for a long time, till after A Course in Miracles. Then I saw, okay, now I get it, okay?
Gracias a Dios por mucho tiempo no supe
Okay.
de quién era esa voz, pero luego cuando comencé a estudiar el curso me di cuenta que era él.
So we could go in, and there's a little video, if you want to see it, that talks about this whole dream bubble, okay? And how we dive into it through the tiny mad idea.
Entonces, si quieren, tenemos un video donde está toda esta burbuja del sueño y cómo nos adentramos en esta pequeña locada idea.
Okay, and it's like the mind dives, and what comes out of desire are thoughts and beliefs and stories. All that comes out of the desire for experience.
Cómo todos estos pensamientos, historias, emociones vienen del deseo de la experiencia.
And then emotion, and then that drives the perception, all the sensory experience.
Cómo luego surgen las emociones y luego viene la experiencia sensorial
Okay, this middle light layer here, the light green layer here.
círculo.
It's kind of a blue green in the middle,
Sí,
right in the
como
middle, sensory experience.
las experiencias sensoriales, justo el que está en el centro.
False perception.
Falsa percepción.
Whenever you're not following, you're choosing to stick your head into the middle of this dream bubble.
Cada vez que no quieres seguir, estás metiendo tu cabeza en esta burbuja verde.
Okay, but he's going, look, I got the solution for you.
Pero él dice, mira, yo tengo la
Okay.
solución para ti.
The first thing to realize is when you look from within the middle of this, from false perception.
Entonces, cuando tú miras desde la falsa percepción,
and you look outside toward this light over here, see the light? When you look toward God or the light,
y cuando miras esta luz, esta pequeña luz de Dios,
you are going to feel fear.
tú vas a experimentar miedo.
Okay, that's a miscreation so that you don't recognize that the light out here is all that is, it's everywhere.
Porque tú no quieres ver que esta luz está por todas partes.
You're permeated. You can't run away from light. If you've seen the Holy Instant, you know that.
Tú tienes que ver, si lo ves desde el instante santo, que todo está permeado por esta luz.
So he's saying, come out here and look with me, this light. Start with infinite light. Start to listen and hear the voice of the light.
Él dice, ven y mira conmigo desde la
Okay,
luz eterna.
don't go swimming inside the green and the red, the pink and the blue. Don't swim inside there. Let me interpret. Come on out here. Look
Y
at the big picture.
él dice, ven y mira la foto completa, la foto y no te sumerjas en estas burbujas verde, púrpura, azul.
Jesus is just the symbol of this lower left-hand corner. He's the symbol of infinite light in your mind.
Y Jesús es el símbolo de la luz infinita en tu mente.
And so he's using your brother. He's saying, together with your brother, you can call on me. Join.
Y junto con tu hermano, únete a tu hermano y me pueden llamar.
Okay, join with your brother. Fear cannot stand into two when they join. He says that in the Course of Miracles.
Él dice en el curso de milagros que el miedo no se puede mantener cuando dos se unen.
So he's giving the solution. Here's the solution. Join and come with your brother to see what's true.
Y él nos da la solución, únete con un hermano y ven y mira qué es la verdad.
Together you can tune into the God channel.
Juntos van a poder alinearse al canal de Dios.
He says it in the Bible.
Él lo dice en la Biblia.
When two or more are gathered in his name, there is love. Recognize. You can recognize love.
Cuando dos se unen en el nombre de Dios, está el amor.
So this joining, you can be 100% sure the ego is going to do everything to keep you from coming together with your brother to look deeply in your mind with Jesus.
Y el ego va a hacer todo lo posible para que no te unas a un hermano para verlo con Jesús.
He uses joining.
Y él usa las uniones.
Or the word join.
O él usa la palabra unión.
400 times in the Course of Miracles.
Él habla de esta palabra 400 veces en el curso de milagros.
Because coming together with your brother to see what's true and look with Jesus is your willingness to see the truth.
Porque cuando te unes con un hermano y vienes a mirar con Jesús es tu voluntad de ver la verdad.
That's why there's a whole chunk of this chapter to the end of fear on the agreement to join.
Y por eso aquí hay toda una parte donde habla del el acuerdo de unirse.
There's a specific instructions for how to join with your brother to look.
Y hay unas instrucciones específicas de cómo unirte con tu hermano para mirar.
And if you go through A Course in Miracles, you could see it spread throughout.
Y si tú vas al curso de milagros, ves que eso está ahí.
But if you want the fast version, you can download the Joining in Light Miracle Worksheet.
Pero si quieren una versión más rápida, pueden ir a la hoja de trabajo de Joining in Light, de Uniéndonos en Luz.
It gives specific instructions. It's essentially everything from the Course. Boom, 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 like that.
Él nos da instrucciones específicas del curso, como esto.
And first and foremost, ask me which miracles to perform.
Y la primero es, pregúntame a mí qué milagros llevar a cabo.
I have no idea why that is not spoken about more. It's essential. I guess I didn't want to hear it before.
Y no sé por qué no se habla suficiente de esto, pero es esencial.
I guide all miracles.
Yo guío todos los milagros.
So you don't, everything he says in a course about a miracle, don't ask me.
Todo lo que dice Jesús en el curso de milagros, pregúntame.
Okay. So your brother is symbolizing in the mind everything you do not like about or want to know about God. That's all your brother represents.
Tu hermano te va a mostrar todo lo que no quieres, los milagros. Curso.
This is another reason why the ego wants to choose the brother it thinks it's going to join. It likes to get together with brothers, not like Jesus does it.
Y por eso es que el ego quiere escoger a tus hermanos, no como lo hace Jesús.
It's joining for a course in miracles is to come together to hear Jesus and have him coach you directly to what miracles you need.
Entonces, unirse con un hermano para ir y preguntarle a Jesús qué milagros se tienen que llevar a cabo.
This is the absolute fastest way out of delusion.
Esta es la absoluta y más rápida vía de salida de la ilusión.
The ego does not want to join, it wants to go and talk about the Course in Miracles.
Y el ego no quiere unirse, él quiere ir y hablar del curso de milagros.
I'm just saying, you want me to talk about? Yep, it's for me. I'll say it for me.
Y lo va a decir, le está preguntando si lo puede decir y dice que es para ella.
It'll go to a conference to hear about the course.
Y vamos a una conferencia a escuchar de un curso de milagros.
Taking the course, but those who want to take the course,
Pero para aquellos que quieren tomar el curso,
when they get a twitch, they jump a join with a brother and go, okay, show me Jesus.
cuando tienen una molestia, simplemente van, se unen a un hermano y le dicen a Jesús, muéstrame Jesús.
So there's a lot of reasons Jesus gives to join, but here's just a couple to keep in the back of your mind.
Entonces aquí hay unas de las razones por las cuales Jesús nos dice que nos debemos unir para que las tengamos en mente.
So most of you know how, I thought I had forgiven a lot.
Y yo pensé que yo había perdonado muchísimo, muchísimo.
Okay, until Jesus started showing me all the desires, the beliefs from A Course in Miracles that are desires for experience other than God.
Y hasta que Jesús comenzó a mostrarme los deseos de las experiencias diferentes a lo que es Dios.
So he has me go pull a whole bunch of you believes out of A Course in Miracles, and then he starts coaching me, humbling.
Y entonces él me fue mostrando en el curso de milagros una cantidad de deseos muy humilde.
There are 80 of those in that text, Jesus, a New Covenant.
Y hay 80 de esos en el texto de Jesús, un nuevo convenio.
With a reminder, all that book is, look, you need me to coach you on miracles. That's all that book is reminding everybody of. You need me to coach you. I'm here to help you.
Y él dice, tú necesitas ser entrenado y yo estoy aquí para ayudarte.
Okay? And do not overestimate how much the ego does not want to clear desires.
Y no podemos subestimar, subestimar cuánto el ego no quiere clarificar los deseos, limpiar los deseos.
Miracles occur at the level of desire.
Los milagros ocurren al nivel del deseo.
So now he's going, look, I'm going to come in. He is like a laser beam to exactly what you need to look at.
Él te va a mostrar claramente qué deseos tienes que ver.
So that was 80, and I got his message pretty clearly. I had a lot of miracles left.
Y solo me mostró 80 y yo me di cuenta que tenía muchos deseos aún por liberar.
The point is, if once you start talking to him, he'll show you which ones to look at in which timing.
Lo bueno de esto es que Jesús te va a decir exactamente cuáles debes mirar y por cuánto tiempo.
But when I searched A Course in Miracles, there are over 500 you believes in there.
Porque si vamos al curso, hay más de 500 deseos, creencias.
500.
500 creencias.
You're not going to release those by talking about the Course.
Y tú no vas a liberar eso hablando simplemente del
Okay?
curso.
Okay? So this is a call to join. Without joining with your brother, who's the symbol of how you feel about God,
Y si no te unes a un hermano que es el símbolo de cómo tú piensas acerca de Dios.
you will not be joining with Jesus so he can show you how to move through these 500 the most quickly.
Entonces no vas a querer unirte con Jesús para que Jesús te muestre cómo puedes liberar estos 500 deseos más rápidamente.
So, for instance, I'm just so you can have an idea of how much, just this doesn't scratch the surface, but I'm going to give you some idea of how much joining and looking it takes. A lot.
Y solo para que se den una idea, todo lo que requiere mirar, se requiere muchísimo mirar.
Okay. Now we have joining partners for this. These 80 are in chapter 20 of Jesus the New Covenant.
Entonces tenemos uniones de compañeros, hermanos poderosos para el capítulo 20.
And it can take, just to go through those 80s and begin to have a conversation with Jesus, it can take like 4 to 6 months if you really want to go deep with Jesus on these desires.
Y es mirar solo estos 80 deseos puede requerir de 4 a 6 meses si quieres ir profundo con Jesús y
But
liberar.
that is just beginning to build enough trust that you will trust him to show you all the places in your mind where you have desire for something other than God.
Y así desarrollas esta relación con Jesús donde Él te puede mostrar donde hay más deseos por algo diferente a Dios.
So this is why the voice for God and having a collaboration with Jesus is so essential.
Por eso es que es tan importante tener una colaboración con Jesús y es esencial.
So I've told this story before about when we first moved into the center, I was basically, here's a bucket of keys for all the doors there.
Yo he contado la historia que cuando nos trasladamos aquí al centro, me entregaron una cantidad de llaves y me dijeron, estas son las llaves.
And bless Renee for spending, they were kind of labeled. Some we had labels and some not. She went around. You can imagine it took her a long time to find which doors that which key went into to open the door.
Entonces, gracias a René que hizo este trabajo, pero de poner las etiquetas de qué llave abría qué puerta.
So you could consider all these keys what you hid down in your subconscious mind. You
Y,
locked yourself out of happiness.
y tú puedes ver que es como estas llaves son como las llaves que tenemos en nuestro subconsciente donde estamos encerrados en la infelicidad.
So now, if you develop by continual joining, there are a lot of keys here and a lot of doors that have to be opened.
En esta tenemos muchísimas llaves y muchísimas puertas por abrir.
Because the ego is a desire to keep yourself locked out of heaven.
Porque el ego es el deseo de mantenernos encerrados fuera del cielo.
Wouldn't it be great to have someone come along and go, okay, start with this key right here, this one in the middle with the orange tag. Let's start with that one. And here's the door it goes in.
Y no sería útil tener a alguien que te dijera, mira, esa que está ahí, color naranja, toma esa.
And here's the next key, this black one right here. And this door is where that goes. And here's how to open that door because it's got the lock sticks.
Y entonces, o que te digan, mira, o esa llave negra que abre la puerta que tiene el cerrojo con aberturas.
Yes. Yes, you can, the Holy Spirit will show you things in symbols.
Sí,
Yes.
tú puedes obtener que el Espíritu Santo te muestre cosas a través de símbolos.
Okay, so let's just say he's going to give you a symbol of the key that you need right now. How long is it
Eh,
going to take you to match that picture in your mind to one of these keys in that pile?
Entonces, digamos que Él te da una imagen de la llave que abre cierta puerta, pero ¿cuánto crees que te vas a demorar en buscar esa imagen que tienes ahí en esta cantidad de llaves?
Isn't it easier if to have a voice speak in your ear and go, you see that orange one right there? That's the one you want right now.
¿Y no sería mejor tener una voz que te diga, mira, esa naranja, esa es la que necesitas ahora mismo?
That's what he's offering to every Course in Miracles students without exception.
Y eso es lo que nos está ofreciendo Él a cada uno de los estudiantes del curso, sin excepción.
The entire point of the course is to have that kind of collaborative relationship with him.
Y ese es el tipo de colaboración que debemos tener con Él.
And then he can just lead you step by step out of show you which keys, which lock, which miracle at which time.
Y entonces Él nos va a ir mostrando qué milagros, qué puertas, qué llaves y en qué momento.
Guidance is showing you which doors to open at which time. That's all guidance is.
La guía es que nos va mostrando qué puerta abrir y en qué momento.
But see, when you're saying no to guidance, you're agreeing that you're weak and you're not powerful enough to do whatever Jesus asks you.
Pero cuando le dices no a la guía, estás diciendo que eres débil y que no puedes hacer lo que Jesús te pide.
This is why everything given, there's the center, everything here is given for joining. Here's how to join with your brother to hear Jesus's voice.
Por eso todo lo que es dado por el centro es únete, únete para escuchar su voz.
Here's how in the morning you can join with your brother to hear all the desires not to avoid the truth of the lesson.
Tenemos las sesiones de la mañana donde nos unimos con nuestros hermanos para ver dónde estamos negando las lecciones.
He lays out the desires that deny that lesson every day. Every day goes, this is the desires you have not to have this lesson be true. It's unbelievable.
Y cada día Él nos va mostrando todos los deseos donde no queremos negar la lección.
And then there's an opportunity to join with brothers after in light circles to go, okay, show me Jesus.
Y luego tenemos la oportunidad de unirnos en círculos de luz con nuestros hermanos para que Jesús nos muestre.
To learn to hear the voice and then speak the voice. Here's what he's telling me I need to see.
Y para escucharlo y hablarlo. Mira, escucha donde tienes que mirar.
So you practice hearing the voice, you're practicing guidance, speak the voice in the light circles, you say what the voice tells you to say.
Entonces estás practicando escuchar a Jesús en los círculos de luz y hablar lo que Jesús te dice que hables.
So every day, it's twice a day because you're worth it.
Y son dos al día porque tú eres digno de esto.
You know, it takes, I'll just say, you know, I've said this before, in that borderland, I'm just going, Jesus, how much more look into it? A lot.
Y yo lo he dicho ya, y yo le decía a Jesús, ¿cuánto mirar necesito más? Y me decía mucho, sobre todo cuando estamos en la zona fronteriza.
Because there's a place in the mind that thinks all these experiences and being affiliated with thought is a good deal.
Porque hay esta afiliación de que es una muy buena idea tener estas experiencias.
But he said it's a decision. Once you get to the decision that he's the way out,
Pero esto es una decisión. Cuando tomas la decisión de que Él es el camino de salida,
and you look and you know He's going to tell you if there are any scraps of that desire left. What could be better than that? No, you got
eh,
more to go. It's like,
y Él te va a mostrar cada partícula, pedacito de deseo que aún quede.
you know. But no, this is going to be how it plays in form, you know. No, Jesus, you know, I can find my way out by myself. So,
Y decimos, no, esta es la forma como funciona. Mira, no, Jesús, yo creo que lo puedo obtener el camino de salida a mi manera.
but we can recognize that we're in a beehive sometimes. You can hear just the bees, so much noise and in there.
Y podemos darnos cuenta que estamos en el panal de abejas, todo este ruido en la mente.
And a lot of traditions teach, oh, you can calm your mind. You can meditate to stop the mind.
Y hay muchas tradiciones que dicen, tú puedes meditar para quietar tu mente.
Jesus comes in and goes, look, I know you love those thoughts. Let me show you how you're generating them through your desire for them.
Y viene Jesús y nos dice, mira, ven, te muestro cómo tú estás generando todos estos pensamientos a través del deseo de la experiencia.
But this is how the ego works.
Pero así es como funciona el ego.
Okay, this is how we're working in the subconscious mind to avoid seeing infinite happinesses here.
¿Cómo funcionamos nosotros en nuestra mente subconsciente para negar que la suprema felicidad está aquí?
Instead of joining with brothers to look,
En lugar de unirte con hermanos para mirar,
ego goes, oh, I just need a walk in a nice, I just need to go for a walk in nature. That's where I'll get peace.
el ego dice, yo creo que necesito ir a una caminata por la naturaleza, ahí voy a obtener paz.
You will bring the beehive with you everywhere you go until you forgive the desires that drive all that noise. You have to get to the root.
Pero tú vas a ir con ese panal de abejas ahí hasta que no vayas hasta y veas la raíz de esto.
Okay, but oh, maybe, and he goes, you know, maybe it's not the woods. I need to go to the beach.
Quizá no es ir al bosque, quizá es ir a la playa.
Those mighty companions, boy, they tick me off so much. I just got to get away from those people.
Y compañeros poderosos no me están gustando mucho, voy a alejarme de ellos.
You know, I had a nice day until whoever that is showed up and ruined it.
Yo estaba teniendo un día maravilloso hasta que alguien apareció y lo arruinó.
So let's just see what's really happening.
Pero miremos qué es lo que está pasando en verdad.
If you're not joining to clear desires,
Si no te estás uniendo para clarificar deseos.
you can go anywhere you want, but the beehive of hell will come with you.
Tú podrás ir a cualquier parte, pero el panal de abejas del infierno va a ir contigo.
There it is.
Mírenlo ahí.
Okay, it's buzzing. Let's try a waterfall. There they are.
Podemos ir a una cascada.
Maybe the beach. La playa.
La playa.
No. That is the grand illusion. Illusion, it's a delusion.
Eso es el engaño, el engaño.
Hell goes where you go until you forgive all of it.
El infierno va a ir a donde tú vayas hasta que tú lo perdones.
The beehive is where you go.
El panal de abejas va a ir donde tú vayas.
Until you start following, so he can start presenting optimal things to you to heal the delusion.
Hasta que no lo sigas y él te pueda mostrar el engaño.
Doesn't work.
No
But it's
funciona.
really important to remember that you're far more powerful than you think you are. Okay?
Es muy importante recordar que tú eres más poderoso de lo que crees,
But not with arrogance,
pero no con arrogancia,
with innocence.
con inocencia.
Okay? You want to join with your brother so you can hear Jesus and he can guide you to miracles.
Entonces te vas a unir con tus hermanos para que Jesús te guíe a los milagros.
But you have to look at everything in innocence so you're completely open to whatever he shows you.
Pero debes mirar esto con inocencia para estar abierto a lo que Él te muestra.
Go naked to your God. Okay, just show me and take it. Just go, I'm going to
Eh,
take whatever you're going to show me.
es ir con las manos vacías ante tu Dios y tomar todo lo que Él nos muestre.
It's like finally I could just see that. I just decided to let myself go ahead and blow up and get it over with.
Y veía que yo misma, can you repeat that, Kate?
I just decided, you know what? Because all this fear and all this stuff is coming. And I finally just said, okay, I'm just going to lie here and blow up and get it over with. Just.
Y porque estaba en estos momentos de miedo, entonces yo dije como, bueno, dejemos que esto como que explote.
But I knew ultimately from coaching so many phobias that it's just a phobia of God. It's just an idea in the mind.
Pero yo sabía que por todo el entrenamiento que estaba haciendo, que estas fobias son fobias a Dios en la mente.
That's why the holy instant is so important to contemplate the holy instant.
Por eso el instante santo es tan importante contemplarlo.
It made me get more comfortable with God because I could see it's here no matter what and it's not coming after me.
Me va a hacer sentir más como con Dios porque nos damos cuenta de que siempre está aquí y que no viene a atraparme.
And then you start to see, oh, if that infinite light's not in my awareness all the time, there's a desire for it not to be anymore.
Y si entonces esta luz no está siempre en nuestra conciencia, es porque debe haber un deseo por algo diferente.
So that's the clue. If you're in a state of fear,
Y entonces esa es la clave. Si estás en estado de miedo,
don't interpret it. Go to this one and go, okay, this something's arising. What is it? What do I need to see? Get a miracle.
entonces si algo surge, vamos a él y vamos por nuestro milagro.
Start to say no to that interpretation and get in a joining with a partner. Go, okay, what do I need to see now? I'm not going to stay in that fear.
Y dejar la interpretación e ir a unirse con un hermano y mirar qué hay debajo de ese miedo.
Oh, there are so many beings, like even ones that are long on the spiritual journey and just go, oh, I was in a state of terror for 3 days.
Y hay tantos seres que en el proceso dicen, estuve en un estado de miedo por 3 días.
Okay, let me tell you about that. That is you, but you ask Jesus. You get in that relationship with him where you ask him what that was.
Y preguntémosle a Jesús, porque ustedes tienen una relación con él. ¿Qué
There's
fue eso? Esos 3 días.
all kinds of stuff is going to come up. All kinds of stuff. Yes, it does.
Y sí, van a surgir muchas cosas. Eso va a surgir.
And for me, I had to be more determined than anything ever in my life to be willing to see the truth.
Y puedo decirlo por mí que tuve que tener mucha determinación, más determinación que cualquier otra cosa en mi vida.
But when you see that diagram, just remember where you're looking from when you feel fear.
Entonces, vemos ese diagrama y miremos desde dónde estamos viendo cuando estamos experimentando ese miedo.
I feel fear.
Yo siento miedo.
Feel. The ego loves feelings, perception in the middle of the bubble. You're in perception.
Entonces, lo vemos que el ego le encanta las percepciones en la mitad de la burbuja, las emociones.
You feel
Yo siento.
separated.
Me siento separado.
It's the desire for an experience of separation.
Te sientes separado. Es el deseo de la experiencia de sentirse separado.
Join with your brother, join with Jesus, come outside of the hell bubble.
Únete con tu hermano, únete con Jesús y saca la cabeza de de la burbuja.
If you recognize the holy instant, you can go to the holy instant and look and see if there's any fear at all within the holy instant. See if you can find it somewhere in there.
Y si reconocen el instante santo, pueden ir al instante santo y mirar si hay algún miedo en el instante santo.
It's not possible. The
No
holy
es
instant doesn't know
posible.
what fear is,
En el
and
instante
neither do
santo. El
you.
instante santo no sabe qué es el miedo.
Use it for a signal. It's a signal to join.
Es simplemente una señal de unirse.
There is nothing that the ego enjoys more
Pero no hay nada que el ego disfrute más
than talking about what a horrific awakening experience it's having or going to have or had.
de hablar de la horrorífica experiencia de despertar que vas a tener o que tuviste.
You know, if you transcend that, you know you did it. You chose every second of it for yourself and you laughed your head off.
Ver que todo esto son unas percepciones y te vas a reír de ello.
And it's just, you see it for what it is. It's a call to love, which is a call to join, to see what's joined.
Y ver como lo tienes que ver, un llamado al amor, que es un llamado a unirse.
You know, you can stop. All you have to do is think of one thought of joining with one of your brothers, that you're joined with them. See what happens to fear when you do that.
Lo que tienes que hacer es simplemente pensar en unirse con un hermano y ver qué pasa con el miedo ahí.
Just notice. It's a symbol of separation in your mind. So what's the solution?
Es un símbolo de separación en tu mente. Entonces, ¿cuál es la solución?
I'm pretending to be separated right now.
Estoy pretendiendo que estoy separado ahora mismo.
I will not torture myself with that anymore. Let me ask Jesus.
No me va a torturar nunca más con esto. Déjame preguntarle a Jesús.
Let me join with a brother.
Déjame unirme con un hermano.
Fear is a sensation.
El miedo es una sensación.
You are not a sensation.
Pero tú no eres una sensación.
Oh my gosh. Ah, joining. That's the message, I guess, for today. So we've talked about.
Así que unirnos, ese es el mensaje de hoy.
What will undo fear? Your willingness to join with your brother to see what's true.
Cuando se elimina el miedo, cuando te unes a un hermano para ver lo que es la verdad.
One twitch, you're in to go, okay, I'm going to see.
Cuando tengas una molestia, dices, voy a ver.
Or if you're comfortable joining with this one and go, okay, show me Jesus, show me, you can do that too.
Y si te sientes cómodo con simplemente puedes decirle, muéstrame Jesús, muéstrame Jesús.
So there's light circles, there's chapter 20 partners joinings.
Entonces están los círculos de luz, los compañeros del capítulo 20, las uniones del capítulo 20.
All that is practicing what the ego does not want to do, which is join to look.
Y todo lo que estamos haciendo es practicando para ver, y eso es algo que el ego no quiere.
Okay, and then we use the miracle worksheet. You can have a copy of it, and you just go through it step by step with your partner.
Y podemos ir paso a paso con nuestros compañeros con la hoja de milagros.
Show me where I'm wrong, Jesus.
Muéstrame dónde estoy equivocado, Jesús.
We also have a Facebook Messenger group that you can join and ask for a joining partner anytime and go, does anybody here to join? I got a twitch.
Y también tenemos en las uniones donde decimos simplemente tengo una molestia, ¿alguien se quiere unir?
Okay. And then we're putting together a schedule called Joining Express.
Y estamos poniendo una agenda de unirse rápidamente.
Here is where there are people who are volunteering to put a block of time aside and say, look, I'm available for anyone who wants to join.
Y es una agenda donde tenemos ciertos seres que dicen estoy disponible para unirme con cualquiera persona que quiera.
This is saves so much time. It's such a valuable use of time joining.
Y esto va a ahorrar muchísimo tiempo.
Jesus is joining with my brother to look to hear your voice, a high priority for me in the atonement.
Jesús, unirme a mí para mirar con un hermano es una de las funciones de más alto nivel en la expiación.
Are the light circles there to train you to hear my voice with very good clarity?
Los círculos de luz son un entrenamiento para escuchar claramente tu voz.
So that you're the one who tells me which miracles to perform.
De tal manera que tú me digas cuáles son los milagros que debo llevar a cabo.
So you're the one who can tell me whether I completely released a desire to miracles or not.
Porque tú me vas a decir dónde he aceptado completamente el milagro
The desire for control.
del deseo de control.
Desire to feel out of control. That's what
O el
fear
deseo
is.
de estar fuera de control. Eso
Fear
es el
is
miedo.
one big fat opportunity to try to feel out of control.
Porque el miedo es una gran fear is what? Okay.
A big opportunity to feel out of control.
Es una gran oportunidad de sentirnos fuera de control, eso es el miedo.
Because it's an experience happening to a me and there's nothing I can do about it. See, it's just happening.
Porque decimos que es una experiencia que me está pasando a mí y que yo no puedo hacer nada.
Look, it's the happiest day when you go, wait a minute, I'm choosing this and I don't have to choose that experience anymore. Woohoo!
Y va a ser un gran momento donde te des cuenta que tú estás experimentando, deseando esa experiencia, eligiendo.
We experience what we value. Jesus says that. If you value it, if it's showing up, that means you value it.
Y si experimentamos es porque la valoramos. Y eso dice Jesús, porque la valoramos.
And it's so profound to go down in the subconscious mind with Jesus and see that we value hell. Now that's humbling.
Y es muy humilde ver que deseamos la experiencia del infierno, que la valoramos.
That is humbling. Becomes a course in all the ways I do not want miracles. That's what we're learning. He's teaching you where you do not want miracles.
Entonces el curso se convierte en un curso donde no queremos los milagros, donde nos muestran dónde no queremos los milagros.
So it takes a lot of consistency in the joining over quite a while. That's why.
Y requiere mucha consistencia en el unirse por un buen rato.
I've said it many times when I asked Jesus if I was just the most difficult case possible.
Y yo le preguntaba a Jesús, yo soy el caso más difícil.
That's why you're going to need that trust with him, because to keep going, because in that borderland, it's like, Jesus, haven't I forgiven everything yet?
Sí, por eso es que requieres esta confianza con él, porque en la zona fronteriza dice, sí, Jesús, pero he perdonado muchísimo, ¿aún tengo que seguir perdonando?
Look, the ego can drag this out. It does not have to take 30 years for the Course in Miracles. If you're 100% following, 100% just letting him show you where all the bones are buried.
No tiene por qué costarnos 30 años, porque si con Jesús nos va a mostrar dónde están los huesos enterrados.
Because it's been like Saul to Paul, on the road to Damascus. I say that. My cousin told me that. Yeah, you're like Saul to Paul on the road to Damascus.
Eres como San Pablo en el camino a Damascus.
Well, Jesus, all of a sudden he got struck down off of his horse. He was blind. And Jesus goes, why are you trying to kill all those Christians?
y donde él llegó en esa ruta y quedó ciego por un momento y Jesús le preguntó, ¿por qué
You
quieres
know?
matar a todos estos cristianos?
So, that's available to everyone. It's not just St. Paul. It's not just for me. It's everyone.
Y esto es disponible para todos, no solo para mí, es para todos.
It's to see how much you do not want to hear, not you as a person, but how the ego plays because it doesn't want to hear that voice because that voice is leading it to heaven. That's insane.
Es ver cuánto no queremos escuchar esa voz, porque esa voz
It's
nos va a llevar al cielo.
I mean, but it's profound, but it takes a lot of looking down there to see how much you really like hell. I mean, love it and just see the relishing it. But oh God, I love it.
Darnos cuenta cuánto amamos el infierno ahí abajo profundo.
I love it. Like, I love when Lena says that. When she's looking deeply, she goes, oh, I love it. She sees it, she loves it. It's beautiful.
Y vemos como Evangelina cuando está mirando profundamente dice, I love it, lo amo.
I'll get her to say it for her because it's worth hearing her say it. But anyway, I love
Eh,
it.
sí, ya lo dice
Because
por...
that's, oh, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
Because it's honesty. It's going, in truth, there's a part of my mind that thinks hell is good. It is hell.
Porque eso es honestidad, ver que amamos el infierno.
It's that little. It's that little golem down there going, oh, this is precious. Hell is precious down here.
Está ese Gollum ahí donde dice el infierno es precioso.
Okay? And he takes it with him all the way to hell.
Y él se está yendo profundo al infierno, cayendo.
Look, when you discover the golem and you see how much you like it, it's
Y
humbling, but you know there's a way out.
cuando tú descubres al Gollum, eso es humilde, pero entonces ahí te das cuenta que hay una vía de salida.
It's humbling to see how much hell is relished. Hell relished down there.
Es humilde ver cuánto gusto hay por el infierno ahí abajo.
But your mind has to be trained a lot because as soon as you start looking with Jesus,
Pero entonces tu mente tiene que estar muy entrenada porque cuando comienzas a mirar con Jesús,
what's the ego going to start doing? It's going to start throwing stuff into the bush, stones in the bush, like Muji says. He loves that.
como dice Muji, el ego va a comenzar a tirar piedras en los arbustos.
And one of its favorite subjects is fear. It's going to make, all of a sudden, you're going to feel like this well of fear, or you might feel something else.
Y entonces una de las cosas que va a mostrar es el miedo, una gran ola de miedo.
Then you could train your mind to go, oh, that's a signal to look with a brother. Let me jump a join.
Entonces tú vas a captar el truco y vas a decir, ok, esto es una señal para unirme a un hermano y te unes.
Jesus says you're full of distractions and ideas, and as soon as you start going to look, it's going to come up with the distractions and ideas.
Porque va a llegar con todas estas ideas y distracciones.
And I saw how valuable it was to be determined if he gave me something to look at. Look at this.
Y cuando él me da algo para mirar, me doy cuenta lo importante que es estar totalmente determinado a ver.
Here's the key. Then I took that. Okay, he's telling me, and I'm not going to value that anymore, and I'm getting my miracle.
Cuando él me muestra algo, digo, no voy a valorarme esto y voy a obtener mi milagro.
This longest part of spiritual awakening is trying to get to the relationship point where you'd have a conversation we can tell you exactly, and then you accept the miracle immediately.
El punto está en tener una conversación con él y que él nos muestre exactamente y luego obtener el milagro en eso.
as soon as your mind locks down, no order of difficulty of miracles, he can start delivering it out to you.
Y cuando tú te das cuenta que no hay orden de dificultad en los milagros, Él te puede comenzar a entregar milagros rápidamente.
But there's so many distractions, and you have to follow him so you have a strong enough relationship with him so that he's going to show you, you can trust him when he shows you something to take you deep into the mind and go,
Pero
nope,
hay,
I'm not valuing it.
pero hay muchas distracciones, entonces tienes que pegarte a Él y decir, no voy a valorar más esto.
Because the ego's going to come in and go, it's going to come up with this is sacrifice, and it starts building a little future, and if I have a miracle, hell's going to break loose. It loves that.
Porque el ego va a llegar con todas estas distracciones del futuro y, en fin, de muchas distracciones.
The point of this and doing these miracles every day and being coached by Jesus.
Entonces, el punto de unirnos y obtener milagros en estos círculos, obtener milagros con Jesús.
One, when you release a lot of miracles, you have less of that mind noise, those beehives buzzing.
Entonces, vas a tener menos de este ruido, de esta panal de abejas.
Two, you're going to go to him faster to get that miracle.
Segundo, vas a ir rápidamente a él para obtener el milagro.
You're going to see how much that little golem's down there dancing a happy jig.
Entonces, y ver a y el pequeño golón en esta pequeña fiesta.
While on the surface, the ego's going, this is really terrible, life sucks, everything's really bad and horrible, whatever it is.
Porque aquí en la parte superior decimos, uy, no, esto es terrible, esto es, no es, es terrible.
Look, anyone who's fed up with pain and suffering, and they want a way through it, and they're willing to hear Jesus, the means is being given. Come join with your brothers who feel the same way.
Entonces los medios están dados. O sea, así es que ven, únete y vamos.
Okay? You direct experience that A Course in Miracles is true. That's what you want.
Porque para que te des cuenta que lo que dice el curso de milagros es cierto.
Light circles every day. It's so necessary. I can't overemphasize it. The ego doesn't want to do that, though.
Círculos de luz todos los días y no puedo sobreenfatizar en esto porque al ego no le gusta.
I'm just saying, the ones that have you can ask David Hoffman, ask anyone who's broken out of the insanity. Joining is important.
Pregúntenle a las personas que han, como David Hoffmeister, que han roto este hábito.
But you can hear
requiere mucha
Jesus.
unión.
You can hear Jesus, so ask him, Jesus, is joining essential to your plan for the atonement?
Preguntemos, Jesús, ¿es la unión esencial para la expiación?
Yes or no?
¿Sí o no?
See, you want to get to that 100% in.
Así que, porque se requiere estar completamente 100% en ello.
100%. If he shows you something, oh my gosh, then you're in a collaboration with him. That was so helpful because I knew he'd show me.
Porque cuando él te muestra en esta colaboración, él te muestra, show me what?
But you have to do it through your brother at first because there's not a lot of trust in him.
Pero tú tienes que hacerlo en un principio a través de tu hermano.
And that'll show you all the judgments and projections on your brother, and then you join to forgive. Just forgive and forgive.
Entonces, y así te va a mostrar los juicios y demás, y entonces vas a tener que perdonar y perdonar.
Oh my gosh, you're so worth it. You're so valuable.
Tú eres muy digno, eres muy valioso.
And you get to the point, so you just, one thought of joining with a brother, you're just like, whoa, all joining is reminder of Holy Communion. It's the host of hosts when you join to see what's true.
porque unirte con un hermano es el recordatorio de la Santa Comunión.
You are setting the ground for the holiest place on earth, right there, partnering with your brother and with Jesus. Now,
Vas a estar en Tierra Santa con Jesús y tu hermano.
show me, show me, show me. That's the practice. Show me, show me, show me.
Esa es la práctica, muéstrame, muéstrame.
And then it's just like one thought of this chapter. I was saying, I'm just typing, just doing the thumbnail, and it's like, it's a reminder of infinite. Your mind goes to infinite.
Y es como mirar alguna frase de este libro o hacer el panfleto para el evento. Es un recordatorio de la plenitud.
Talking to the voice reminds you of infinite. All that is, that voice is the symbol of infinite in your mind.
Es el recordatorio de lo infinito en tu mente.
If you want to have a direct experience of A Course in Miracles, a direct experience,
Si tú quieres una experiencia directa de un curso de milagros,
it will come from following and joining.
va a venir de unirse y de seguir.
So, because when you follow, you're joining with your collaborator. Jesus, in truth, you're joining in truth with him so he can show you.
Porque cuando lo sigues, te estás uniendo con tu colaborador para que él te muestre.
He can show you the places in your mind, the symbols out in the world that you're using to deny yourself divinity.
Porque él te va a mostrar dónde estás usando las cosas, la forma para negar tu divinidad.
And the ego go, well, you know, the ego has reasons. Jesus has no reasons.
El ego tiene razones, Jesús no tiene razones.
Other than, let me, you know, ask me, I'll show you how to heal your mind. And here's how. That's it.
Simplemente muéstrame, él me muestra cómo sanar la mente.
Because you can, you know, we have like daily sessions where you know, that's in the 90-day program, you start learning how to sit down and have a conversation with Jesus and he guides it. But after you've been...
En el programa de 90 días tenemos la forma como se hacen preguntas para que él te contesta y te vaya guiando.
But you can, when you've been looking a lot, and it takes a lot of looking, you can get straight talking Jesus conversations where he straight talks you. Mary will talk about it, Lena.
Entonces, ver cómo está esta conversación, podemos lograr esta conversación directa.
Because
y Lina y Mary van a hablar de ello.
He does not treat you like you're some little weakling or something, which you're not. He teaches you like, look, you're strong enough to see this and decide differently.
Y porque él no te va a tratar como algo, una pequeña cosa débil. Simplemente te va a mostrar dónde estás eligiendo para que vuelvas a elegir.
If he agrees with you that you're weak and powerless, how's he going to help you out?
Porque si él estuviese de acuerdo que tú eres débil y ¿cómo nos podría ayudar?
I can see at the point where my mind switched over to that partnership with him. What about this, Jesus? You become the happy learner. What about this? What about this?
Y recuerdo cuando comencé a preguntarle, ¿y qué acerca de este? ¿Qué acerca de esta? Ahí te conviertes en el aprendiz feliz.
I mean, I wasn't always the happy learner. Sometimes I was complaining to him, but I got back to it. You see, you have to get back in there.
Y porque algunas veces, aunque algunas veces lo culpaba, pero tienes que volver y volver y volver.
We're not some kind of Twitch buzz machines, you know. It's just not natural, all that buzzing and everything.
No, no somos una máquina de molestias, de incomodidades.
You ask him, Jesus, are words or all these words and sound effects and stuff going on in my mind, is that natural? No.
Todas estas, Jesús, todas estas palabras y todo este ruido en mi mente, ¿eso es natural? Pregúntale. Y dice,
so you want to join with your brother in a no judgment, just to hear the voice and speak the voice. I can hear you, let me speak it now.
Vamos a ir a preguntarle y aprender de él y hablar su voz.
Because you're cutting off the ego when you only speak that voice. You're speaking out of all that you are. Wholeness is supposed to, the hell voice.
Porque cuando tú hablas desde esta voz, de esta plenitud, estás cortando la voz del infierno.
And then you share. That's why we have the light brigade, so you can share what he's teaching you. That's extension. Here's what Jesus taught me.
Y también pueden compartirlo en la Brigada de la Luz. Esto es lo que Jesús me está enseñando.
So you're speaking out of wholeness. You're speaking out of your direct experience, not your theory of a course, but what he showed you, what is on the inside.
Entonces vas a poder hablar de tu directa experiencia y no de lo que dice el curso.
And when you extend those detonations,
Y cuando
when it
tú
detonates,
compartes esas detonaciones,
you're sharing your revelatory experience. This is what has been revealed to me through my looking.
entonces estás compartiendo las experiencias revelatorias donde Él nos revela a través de la mirada.
Not for anyone else. You're not doing that. You're doing it for yourself to learn to talk to him while you're writing that. Jesus, what do you want me to say?
Porque es simplemente no para compartirlo con alguien, sino simplemente para trabajar con Jesús y decirle, Jesús, ¿quieres que yo escriba esto?
There's lots of Facebook pages and they share, well, and that's fine, but the purpose of this one is for mighties to inspire each other that they can speak to Jesus and that they can learn directly from Jesus.
Y también está Facebook, pero es para compartir con otros compañeros de lo que estás aprendiendo directamente con Jesús.
So that the course,
Inspirarlos.
it detonates inside of you.
Para que el curso detone interiormente en ti.
Oh my God. That's what we want. That's what we're here for.
Eso es lo que queremos. Para eso estamos aquí.
Supreme happiness. Thank you very much.
La suprema felicidad. Gracias.
Go all the way, Jesus.
Ir todo el camino, Jesús.
So, any questions or, yeah, we have questions from anyone out there who would like to
¿Hay
share.
alguna pregunta que alguien quiera compartir?
So we can ask Jesus anything about the undoing of fear.
¿Algo acerca del deshacimiento del miedo?
Or anyone want to share what Jesus told them about fear? That they
¿Alguien
like
quiere
it?
compartir acerca del gusto por el miedo?
Oh, there's Renee. Okay.
Yes, seeing that I relish it, but that I can go underneath it.
Me puedo dar cuenta que lo disfruto, pero que también puedo ir por debajo de él.
So when I notice that I'm starting to listen to the ego, it's like a choice. He just says, don't go there. And then because I've been joining a lot, I choose to ask Jesus for help quickly.
Entonces, porque ya me he estado uniendo muchas veces, simplemente cuando es como una elección, puedo elegir rápidamente a Jesús.
And he shows me kind of when those times when I tend to not want to talk to him. He's helping me.
E incluso también me muestra cuando no quiero hablar con él. Él me está mostrando eso.
But I just see with the joining that does come up a lot. Like, I'm afraid of this or I'm afraid of that. And it's just kind of like, just go below that. Just go below that. You don't need to Even
Sí, es como que dices, tengo miedo de esto, tengo miedo del otro, pero no tienes que estar ahí, simplemente ve debajo de ello.
well, with the worksheet, it's very helpful. It's
Y la hoja
a
de
very
trabajo es
gentle
muy útil.
guide.
Yeah, what she's talking about too is you have to remember that fear is after desire. See, a desire is
Tie-
first for experience.
Tienes que darte cuenta que el deseo surge después que el miedo surge después del deseo de la
See, when
experiencia.
you join with Jesus a moment of light, he'll get you right into the desire, the wanting of the experience of fear rather than fear.
Entonces con Jesús vas para que te muestre el deseo de la experiencia del miedo en lugar de estarte en el miedo.
It's glorious to instead of staying with the emotion, which the ego loves to do, you just try and drop it. Let me see if I can find the golem, the relishing of this fear, and you go to that. It's
Eh,
very illuminating, right?
es
That's
muy,
what Renee's pointing to, right?
Yes.
Eso es lo que está exponiendo René, que es muy iluminador cuando te das cuenta que puedes ir y mirar con Jesús debajo de la experiencia del miedo.
And it's always like the same story.
Casi siempre es la misma
What's the
historia.
story, Renee?
It's
¿Cuál
just
es la
like the story. Why I can't be happy, why I can't be free and holy and everything, why I can't just accept that God has given me everything and just
La pregunta es, ¿por qué no puedo ser feliz? ¿Por qué no? Sí, pero no quiero darme cuenta de que Dios me está dando todo.
so it's turning that but to question that.
Es girar a eso para preguntar o cuestionarme acerca de ello.
Yeah, all you discover with that is you have the power of focus on your side. See, he's teaching me either focus on me or focus on, getting help that it's consciousness is a focus machine. It focuses on different things. So what she's talking about is how from the joining, she's learning the power she has. That's the whole course.
Ella está aprendiendo del poder de unirse y ver que el ego es una máquina de focalizarse y sí, es una máquina de focalizarse.
That's the big argument. I cannot choose for myself. I'm too weak. I can't choose a miracle, blah, blah, blah.
Y ese es todo un tema que decimos, no soy suficientemente poderosa para elegir.
So thanks, Renee. Good reminder.
Yeah, thank you.
Gracias, René, un buen recordatorio.
Yeah, beautiful reminder of devotion too, a lot of devotion.
Y mucha devoción.
To following, because following and looking at desires are partners. You have to follow.
Porque unirse y seguir son compañeros, porque tienes que seguir.
Compañeros. ¿Algo más? Anything else? Compañeros? Compañeros. Any other questions? Or here comes Mary.
Want to just say thank you so much for all the mighty companions that do join. Thank you so much.
It's the
Solo
celebration.
quiero decir gracias a los amados compañeros por unirse.
It's the celebration. Thank you, Renee.
Es la celebración. Gracias, René.
Ah.
Hi, this is Mary.
Hola, soy Mary.
So this afternoon, my joining partner Lena and I joined to look at the desire to fight.
Esta tarde con mi compañera Lina nos unimos a mirar el deseo de pelear.
And right away, when I start into looking at these desires, all the noise comes up.
Y inmediatamente comenzamos a mirar el deseo, comenzó a surgir todo este ruido.
How much I love to fight.
Cuánto amo pelear.
I love to fight God. I love to fight Kay. I love to fight my brother.
Amo pelear con Dios, con Kay, con mis hermanos.
So I was having a back and forth dialogue with the Voice for God, with Jesus.
Entonces estaba teniendo una conversación de ida y venida con Jesús
And journaling.
y escribiendo.
And so I would ask a question. I said, well, you know, Jesus, what do I need to see right now? I'm aware of all this noise in my mind.
Entonces dije, Jesús, ¿qué necesito ver ahora mismo? Porque soy consciente de este ruido en mi mente.
And that's the usual place I'm in right now when I'm looking at a desire.
Y esa es la forma como cuando estoy mirando un deseo.
And he reminded me of the morning light circle this morning.
Y él me recordó acerca del círculo de luz de esta mañana.
We were looking at lesson 194. I place the future in the hands of God.
Y estábamos viendo la lección 94. Pongo el futuro en manos de Dios, mi futuro.
And something shifted for me that was really unexpected during that joining.
Y algo se volteó en mi mente que no estaba esperando en esta unión.
What Jesus showed me is that I had a real fear of the future.
Lo que me mostraba era que realmente tengo miedo acerca del futuro.
Mary wants to plan, she wants to figure things out, get her ducks all in a row, take care of everything.
Mary quiere controlar y quiere tener todo en el camino organizado.
So if I turn the future over to God, all of that disappears.
Pero si yo le entrego mi futuro a Dios, todo eso desaparece.
But what he showed me was somehow I connected that fear of the future with accepting a miracle.
Pero de alguna manera yo estaba conectando este futuro con el aceptar el milagro.
And this kind of bombshell or revelation was that if I accept a miracle, then I give up all control of the future.
Era como si yo acepto el milagro, entonces voy a renunciar a todo el control del futuro.
And I was sure I knew what that future was supposed to look like. And it wasn't the way the miracle was going to go.
Y no fue la forma como el milagro se generó, se surgió.
So, so I'm in conversation with him this afternoon and I'm journaling, and I recognized that I didn't want to accept a miracle on the desire to fight because I didn't
Entonces,
want to give up my future.
entonces cuando estábamos mirando esta tarde el deseo de pelear, me di cuenta que no quería aceptar el milagro en este deseo de pelear porque no quería renunciar a mi deseo de controlar el futuro.
So I said, okay, Jesus, what's next here?
Entonces dije, ok, Jesús, ¿qué sigue aquí?
Because I still was like, had the brakes on for a miracle.
Porque aún sentía que tenía los frenos puestos para el milagro.
And he said, do it anyway.
Y él dijo, hazlo de todas maneras.
In the face of your doubt and in the face of your fears about the future, go ahead and say, I am willing to change my mind about the desire to fight.
Decir, estoy dispuesto a sanar mi mente de este deseo de pelear.
I said, you mean you just want me to say it? He said, yeah, just say it.
Y le pregunté, ¿quieres que lo diga? Y me dijo, sí, simplemente dilo.
So I just said it really deeply. I wrote it down. I am no longer willing to fight.
Entonces simplemente lo escribí. No estoy dispuesta a pelear más.
And when I look at that desire to fight, it covered everything. Everything was affected by my desire to fight.
Porque me di cuenta que todo es afectado por este deseo de pelear.
So I just said it. I just said, I am no longer willing to fight.
Entonces simplemente lo dije, no estoy más dispuesta a pelear.
I am willing to change my mind about this desire.
estoy dispuesta a cambiar mi mente acerca de este deseo.
And everything shifted.
Y todo se volteó.
Now, this was a pretty big surprise.
Esto fue una gran sorpresa.
You mean all I have to do is just clear my mind, because he did say, okay, Mary, you got to let go of all this noise.
Y realmente es clarificar la mente.
And noise is my very familiar companion.
Porque el ruido es mi compañero más frecuente.
So he said, can you just drop it? Can you just be quiet? Get your mind quiet for a moment and say, I will no longer tolerate this desire in my mind.
Simplemente aquíétate y di, no voy a tolerar este deseo más en mi mente.
So to my surprise, it worked.
Para mi sorpresa, funcionó.
I did not expect it to work.
Y yo realmente no esperaba que funcionara.
And there was just this huge experience of release.
Entonces tuve una gran experiencia de liberación.
And without a future.
Sin futuro.
There was no more future there that Mary was planning.
No hay más futuro de lo que Mary estaba planeando.
So I said, I got to the point where I said, well, now what? And he said, well, I've got 5 pointers for you, Mary, about what's next.
Y entonces llegamos al punto de, bueno, ¿qué sigue? Y habían 5 puntos de lo que seguía.
It's okay. We've all heard them. First he said, this was like, what? He said, thy will be done.
I what?
He said, your will be done.
Tu voluntad será hecha, fue lo primero.
And some more things, just about joining in communion.
Y un par de cosas más, simplemente únete en comunión.
So I share all this because maybe it's easier than I think it is.
Y comparto esto porque quizá es más fácil de lo que yo pensaba.
Because I've been fighting miracles for a long time.
Porque yo he estado peleando en aceptar los milagros por un buen rato.
So Jesus, thank you. And it's like, wow. Kay said something earlier this evening about, I can't remember exactly how you said it. It was just perfect. It really resonated with me. And that was, I'm actually kind of excited about, okay, what's next? And how am I going to, is Jesus going to help me apply this so I can get a miracle rather than wait?
Entonces es como darme cuenta que no tengo que esperar para el milagro, que lo puedo obtener inmediatamente.
Yeah, and then I just want to again put in a plug for the Light Circle joinings. They're just remarkable, and the sharing that takes place is so helpful, so supportive.
Y también tengo que apuntar o referirme a los círculos de luz y los compartires que tenemos ahí porque son muy útiles.
I can truly hear Jesus speak through my brother.
Porque ahí puedo escuchar a Jesús hablar a través de mi hermano.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, Mary. It's beautiful. That's the power of really focusing on hearing that voice. You can have a conversation with anyone here can.
Y eso es enfocarnos a escuchar esa voz, porque todos podemos tener una conversación.
Anyone else want to share?
¿Alguien más quiere compartir?
I think Lena's coming.
Parece que Lina viene.
Bueno, a mí lo que me está trayendo Jesús al recuerdo es que cuando me empezó a dar las experiencias de luz, yo tuve mucho miedo.
Jesus is reminding me that when I started to study the course, I had a lot of fear.
Y tuve que caminar un largo trayecto para que ese miedo se desvaneciera.
And I had to walk for this with this for a while until this disappeared.
Y después empecé a ver que no era necesario experimentar el miedo.
Then I realized that I didn't have to experience fear.
Como dice René, hay que mirar por abajo del miedo.
Like René says, we have to look underneath the fear.
Porque aprendemos que el miedo es como un escudo para no mirar.
Because we learned that fear is like, I don't know what's the word, escudo. It's something to don't look. It's that appear to don't look.
Y otra cosa que me está trayendo para compartir
And another thing that he's bring me to share
es que la unión ha sido fundamental para la sanación de la mente.
and is that joining is so important for the healing of the mind.
Y yo he persistido mucho porque desde que comencé este camino no he dejado de unirme.
And I have done a lot of joinings.
Hubo una temporada, casi un año, que me unía diariamente casi 8 veces.
And for 1 year, I joined about 8 times per day.
Y en ese transcurso me dio unas experiencias hermosas.
And in that time, Jesus gave me a lot of beautiful experience.
Cuando logré hacer a un lado completamente la mente del ego,
When I put upside the ego mind,
me di cuenta que esa era mi fortaleza.
I saw that was my strength.
Otra cosa que también me dio es que me dio la certeza de que somos una solamente.
And he also gave me the certainty that we are one mind.
Y de que todo es para mí.
And everything is for me.
También la certeza de que Él siempre está para ayudarme.
And also the certainty that he is here for to help me.
Y bueno, ha sido algunos años de mirar constantemente la mente.
And it has been a few years looking at the mind.
Para que ahora escuchar libremente a Jesús.
To now hear Jesus more clear.
Esto es decir, sin intervención del miedo, que es el ego.
Without the interference of the ego and the fear, that is the same.
Y ahora me estoy abriendo a recibir los milagros como algo natural y continuamente.
And now I am open to receive the miracles like something very natural.
Simplemente ayer hablaba con Jesús y yo le decía, me doy cuenta que el milagro es mi felicidad.
And yesterday I was speaking with Jesus and I told him, I can see that miracles are my happiness.
Y recuerdo cómo en la noche estaba soñando en recibir milagros.
And then I had a dream when I received miracles.
Pero ha tenido que haber todo este recorrido de decirle no al ego.
But I have to walk this path telling to the ego no a lot of
Ahorita,
times.
comenzando la sesión, yo le pregunté a Jesús, ¿qué es el miedo, Jesús?
And at the beginning of this session, I asked Jesus, what is fear?
Y escuché, el miedo es el ego y todo el sistema de pensamiento.
And he told me fear is the ego and all his thought system.
Y es que ese es mi compartir. Gracias.
And so that's my share. Thank you.
Oh, it's beautiful, Lena. Thank you.
Eso es hermoso, Lina. Gracias.
Oh, it's very beautiful.
Muy hermoso.
It takes a lot of courage and to do this kind of deep looking.
Se requiere mucho coraje para hacer este tipo de mirada profunda,
But it's actually the only thing worth doing in this world.
pero es lo único valioso que podemos hacer en este mundo.
It's an invitation to the celebration.
Es una invitación a la celebración.
So joining is denying what thinks it's separate. And so I know I'm going to see what's true. I'm going to see what's true.
La unión es la negación de la separación y decimos, voy a ver la verdad, voy a ver la verdad.
So valuable.
Muy valioso.
So thank you for all of you for joining us. Maybe we get some of you to wave.
Gracias a todos por unirse.
Pictures on so we can see you as we have our little going out.
Entonces están invitando a abrir las cámaras.
We love you.
Los amamos.
Love you all.
Los
Thank you,
amamos a todos.
Jesus.
Gracias, Jesús.
So much love.
Mucho amor.
Go for God together.
Vamos por Dios juntos.
Keep joining. Keep joining.
Manténganse uniéndose.